And welcome back to Let's Get Cozy with Larry Wargo. I am your host, Larry Wargo. Now, we are here with another one of our wonderful guests, the great Al Williamson. Al, thank you very much for being on the show.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're
Quite a fellow.
Meet you. I've heard lots of wonderful things about you.
Great hair.
Lies. I hope so. I mean, I hope they're not lies. And Lou also is very well acquainted with you, I believe.
I've read many of your works.
Oh, he owns stuff, I think.
Oh, he does.
And he's a collector.
I collect fine art, Renaissance art, and some comic art, especially yours.
Okay,
thank you.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Yes.
So now, you began in comic books right in the beginning. I mean,
well, I started in 1948. I was 17.
My goodness.
I started doing comic books. Well, I started doing little spots here and there in comic books. Little by little, got into it little by little, yeah.
That's how I started.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
And now you started was it horror comics that you started?
No. I didn't like horror. I liked adventure.
Oh, you did?
I did westerns. And then I, excuse me, when I went in 1951, I started, was it 52? 52, I started working with Bill Gaines, who owned EC Comics.
Right.
They did science fiction. They did horror. They also did Mad Magazine that was created by Harvey Kurtzman.
Now that's something I've heard of.
Bill Gaines was wonderful. I went up there. Wally Wood was also an artist up there, and he was a good friend of mine, and he's the fellow that pushed me to go up to EC. So I didn't figure I was good enough, but one day I sat down, did a sample, and I went up there, and Bill Gaines saw it, and he liked it, and he gave me a job, and he told me, and he scared the heck out of me when he said this, but I think it did the trick. He said, "Now, Al, the only thing I want from you is naturally a good job, but you have to bring the job in on the deadline.
Wow.
If you don't make the deadline, you don't work for me." So luckily, I was able to make the deadlines.
Wow.
And I worked with Bill for about 5 years with EC Comics.
Right on.
And that's how I got started. And then I did other comics. And then around 1960, I got a call from Johnny Prentice, a very, very fine artist who took over a strip called Rip Kirby.
Yes.
When the creator, a wonderful artist named Alex Raymond, who was the artist that inspired me to become an artist, a cartoonist.
He was great.
He created Flash Gordon, Jungle Jim.
Which you worked on also.
Yes, I've done that. Yeah, I always wanted to do that since I was a kid.
Marvelous.
So that was fun because when I lived in Bogota as a kid, I lived down there for about 10 years. I went to see my mom. I was only about 9 or 10. Said, "Oh, they're showing a movie of the kind of things you like. It's rocket ships and things." And I couldn't believe it.
Thanks.
Anyway, she took me to the movie. It turned out to be Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe with Buster Crabbe. And, of course, it was like watching Star Wars.
Oh, yes.
You know, I mean, the thing was like...
Miracles of the screen.
And I got so excited that I went home and I got the few Flash Gordon pages that I had... and I started copying Alex Raymond's drawings because he was a wonderful, wonderful artist. He could draw figures beautifully. And so I got started with the right artist.
Yes, yeah. Well,
copying the right man.
What is that like, kind of filling in for your idol's shoes, you know? Wait, what?
Well, I love the stuff, and I met Alex once when I was about 18. I went up to his studio, and he was a real gentleman, really sweet.
Marvelous.
And but I didn't want to bother him, so I never went back. I never...
Yes.
Continued. I could have. And then, of course, he was killed in a car crash in 1956, which was a shame. Wow. But then Johnny Prentice took over the strip and did a very nice job. And he called me and said, "I need an assistant. Would you be interested?" So I went and I met him. And he said, "Are you interested?" I said, "Sure." He said, "The only one problem. I want to go down to Mexico and live there for a couple of years. Are you interested?" And I said, "Sure," since I knew Spanish, there was no problem. So we went down there and we did the strip, and I got he really taught me to become a professional.
Marvelous.
Johnny was terrific. So it was a very lucky break that I got a call from John, and I've been busy ever since.
And now since then you've worked on things, this small thing known as Star Wars that nobody's heard about.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be able to do that.
Could you explain that a little bit more?
Well, I was working on X9, and I got a call around 1970. Was that when it came out? 78, 79, the movie? I think so, yeah.
71, I believe, the first one. No, not that early?
It was later. I think it was 77 or 78.
Curse my memory.
Anyway, about 2 years prior to that, I got a call from this fellow that I had met at a convention, He sold comic books.
Yes.
You know, you'd go to the conventions, comic conventions, and he had a table and he sold comic books.
Standard stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, got to talking, and every time I'd see him at a convention, we'd talk, you know, past the time of day. One day I got a call from him. I pick up the phone, you know, hey, how you doing, blah, blah. I says, hey. And he says, hey, the guy that did American Graffiti is doing a science fiction movie. He'd like you to do the adaptation in a comic book. Yeah, sure. You know the guy who did American Graffiti, you know. So I said, well, you know, I really don't think I have the time, you know, and that was it, and hung up. So
never made it anywhere.
2 years, yeah, 2 years later,
Lost.
Star Wars comes out, and I hear about it, you know, but I start getting calls. Hey, have you seen Star Wars? You know, from friends. I said, no, not yet, you know, this and that. He says, well, you know, and then, you know, the guy that did, you know, George Lucas is a fan of comics. He loves your work, and what is that? You know, I couldn't believe it. So it turns out that it was George Lucas that wanted me to do, who had told this guy,
Good
the
grief.
comic book geek.
Holy monkey.
Holy poop.
But you see, this guy never said anything. And
Right.
it turned out he owned the shop that the kid ran, that this guy ran. But
Yeah,
I didn't know
nobody
that.
figured that, you know, in
You know,
a
if he
lifetime.
said, you know, the guy owns
Nobody
the shop,
figured that.
and, you know, this, that, and gave me names.
Hey,
I probably would have, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, that's how it all started.
My
They asked
goodness.
me
And you
to-
eventually got to do it anyway.
Yeah, because they called me and they said, would you be interested? And after a long, I had contract doing X9, Secret Ed X9, the strip, so I really couldn't do it.
Right, right.
You know, so
We have shots of the work that he has done on Star Wars. I don't know if I haven't been paying attention. This
that's
is some
Secret
strips
Agent
that he's done.
X9.
Now this is X9.
Yeah, this is X9.
Okay.
And that was done, oh gosh, I forget now. Well, around 70s? I don't
70s,
remember.
excellent.
I don't remember.
Next one.
My memory. That is a drawing of X9 that I did in the early, in the 70s as well. Yeah.
Marvelous.
Yeah, just a cover or something for some magazine.
Who's the babe?
And this is John Carter of Mars, and that's Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote those stories
Oh, yes.
of John Carter of Mars.
Now that man has 4 arms. Who did
Yeah,
you look
that's
at to draw
those are
that?
the green men
It's a
of
green man.
Mars. Yeah, they have 4 arms.
Okay. Was there a model that you used? Or?
No, I made it up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always good.
And this is
I
just a
had 4
comic
arms.
page, a science fiction story. That's just part of it, just a 1 page. It's an 8-page story.
Excellent.
And that was, this is a Star Wars Sunday page.
Oh, okay.
And they're done in
the
color,
Sunday
but the
paper.
color is done differently. It's not done on the original. It's done on a separate sheet of paper.
Oh, okay.
And
Marvelous.
what is this? Oh, that's the last work I did. That's Flash Gordon.
Oh,
It was done
marvelous.
about 3 years ago.
Flash Gordon. What a crazy person he was. Conquering worlds and things.
Yeah.
I got off the
Conquering
subject.
the universe, for gosh,
What? I'm
golly's
sorry,
sake. He conquered the universe.
He did conquer. No. Who was
Yeah.
trying? Ming was trying to conquer the universe.
Yes, he was
Ah.
trying to destroy Earth.
Now that's a man I can
Ming the Merciless.
understand.
Yeah, Ming was great.
Now,
He
this
was,
should be
what, his
interesting.
name was
How are you
Ming,
going to
for
drink
God's
that?
He was pointy like me.
Now I notice you're wearing dark glasses. Are you some sort of celebrity?
No.
No.
And I want to apologize for
No,
that.
that's
I'm not
okay.
trying to be cool or anything like that.
I like them.
I had eye surgery
Oh my!
last week.
I'm having surgery today myself.
Gosh.
Yeah, laser eye surgery.
Oh, I'm not having that though. But
And the eyes are very sensitive right now to the lights that you have here.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I'm not trying to be
Right.
cool or anything like that, folks.
that's okay. Cool is okay.
Well,
I
yeah, I
mean,
know, but I'm
try.
not, you know.
It is my show after all, and I am
You're the
the
cool one.
coolest.
Yeah, I don't have to try to be cool,
Yeah,
actually,
he's just
myself.
cool anyway.
I'm just born with these eyebrows,
Yes, and
which
they
guarantee
make
a
him
kind of
cool.
coolness
Now
automatically.
now you're turning and laughing. You know Don.
Oh, yeah,
correct?
we're old friends.
Old friends.
Oh, yeah.
You do the books. He binds them.
Well, you want to know how it started?
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I was
don't know
listening
if
to the PBS station from Scranton,
Okay,
and they were hawking, money,
right. Exactly.
and or something like that. And Don Rash was doing something for them, and it was mentioned that Don Rash was a bookbinder.
Yes.
So I called the company, the station, and got Don's phone number because I wanted some books fixed, some binding.
Right.
So I called him up, and we talked, and that's how we got to know each other.
Excellent.
It turns out he liked comic books.
Oh well, he's a fan of books in general. He tells
Yeah,
me.
oh yeah, he's done beautiful. I should have brought the books you did for him. I mean, because they're beautiful. I should have brought them.
Well, you're kicked off this set. No, I'm joking. No, it's we don't do that normally. In fact, you would have been the first one if we had done that. But but that doesn't go on. Well, I'm glad.
So we're all buddies.
Good friends.
For several years.
Good to see it.
Excuse me, Larry.
Yes.
It's time for your surgery.
Oh dear God. Okay. Well,
What surgery?
Well, I've got the surgery.
What?
I've got to take off now.
I've never hosted a show before. I've always been a sub-host or
Hey,
co-host.
But now's your time to shine, my friend.
Oh, right, yeah.
Anyway, we've got to go. Thank you very much, Producer Man, and we'll be right back with Lou on the Let's Get Cozy with Larry Wargo.
Oh, I'm going to be great. Yeah.
He will be.